Hello everyone, today I will explain about introducing morphology. Before I start, I will introduce myself. My name is Bintang Kasiana Manalo. I will explain about definition of morphology. Morphology is an important aspect of linguistics analysis. Morphology which studies the word, its creation, its origin, and its uses in different forms. In simple words, morphology is a scientific study of words and word forms. Morphology deals with how words are added in language by different processes or by various ways. As phonology studies smallest distinctive elements of sounds in language, in the same way morphology studies the smallest distinctive and meaningful word elements in a language, which is not only the synchronic study of word forms, but also of the development of word forms. Thus, it is both the synchronic and diachronic study of word forms. And a morpheme may describe as a sequence of sounds and a meaningful combination. Any words or parts of a word in the language which has a meaning of its own and which cannot be further split into smaller meaningful units is a morpheme. A morpheme is a minimal or smallest meaningful unit of a word. Morpheme also sometimes referred as a minimal, meaningful linguistic science. Morphemes are also referred as mononym in a French language. The next is morphology is the study of words. Morphemes are the minimal units of words that have a meaning and cannot be subdivided further. There are two main types, free and bound. Free morphemes can occur alone and bound morphemes must occur with another morpheme. An example of a free morpheme is bed, and an example of a bound morpheme is ly. It is bound because although it has meaning, it cannot stand alone. It must be attached to another morpheme to produce a word. Free morpheme bed, bound morpheme lie, word badly. Free morphemes are the morphemes which have independent meaning without being combined with others. They can occur alone and they have separate meaning and can be used freely in sentences. That is why it's called free morpheme. For example, boy, bird, cat, and etc. Bound morpheme is another category of morphemes. These are the morphemes which cannot occur alone and do not have meaning in isolation. And if they add to the basis, they get meaning. Bound morphemes are dependent morphemes which depend on free morphemes for having their own meaning. When we talk about words, there are two groups, lexical or content and function or grammatical words. Lexical words are called open class words and include nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. New words can regularly be added to this group. Function words or closed class words are conjunctions, prepositions, articles, and pronouns, and new words cannot be or are very rarely added to this class. The next is morphological features in linguistics. Number one is stems. In linguistics, a word stem is a part of a word responsible for its lexical meaning. The term is used with slightly different meanings depending on the morphology of the language in question. In Athabaskan linguistics, for example, a verb stem is a root that cannot appear on its own. Number two, root words. A root is the core of a word that is irreducible into more meaningful elements. In morphology, a root is a morphologically simple unit which can be left bare or to which a prefix or a suffix can attach. The root word is the primary lexical unit of a word and of a word family. Number three, prefixes. A prefix is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word, adding it to the beginning of one word changes it into another word. For example, when the prefix "un" is added to the word happy, it creates the word unhappy. And then suffixes. In linguistics, a suffix is an affix which is placed after the stem of a word. Common examples are case endings, which indicate grammatical case of nouns, adjectives, and verb endings, which form the conjugation of verbs. The next is there are two categories of affixes. Number one, derivational and inflectional. The main difference between the two is that derivational affixes are added to morphemes to form new words that may or may not be the same part of speech, and inflectional affixes are added to the end of an existing word for purely grammatical reasons. Derivational morphemes are the morphemes which brings a change in the word and add a new word in a language. Derivational morphemes derivate different words into the English language. Inflectional morphemes are bound morphemes which change class aspect of the word. Inflectional morphemes like ing, ate, as are inflectional morphemes because they inflect the word classes tense aspects, as for example played, taken, sleeping, makes, and etc. Okay, my friend, the next is this is English morphemes. The next, you can see there are 6 ways to form new words. Okay, my friends, I think that's all. Thanks for watching. If you any question, comment in below. Thank you.